We try to divide our board meetings into periods of time when we deal with clear WCPT business and then periods of time when we break out into discussion sessions to take, for instance, in this case we had a session just looking at the strategic plan, and then we had another session where we talked a little bit about board development, and I'm going to come back to that. But in terms of the board agenda, we've got a lot going on with our finance committee. It's very busy. It's been presenting some of the internal policies that we're reviewing on a rolling basis in the organisation, like any organisation with good governance. We also had some very interesting reports from the board members, hearing what's going on around the world in physiotherapy from the regions and from beyond the regions in the global physiotherapy community. We considered the trustees' report, and we had a report from the membership committee. So there's a lot happening. Really exciting. We had some updates about Congress 2017, and we want people to keep an eye out for the big five animals that are going on safari with board members. So keep an eye out for them. We've been tweeting about them already, but we're really, really excited about the programming and the planning for Congress in 2017. So we are continuing also to look at the review of the organisation. And so one of our sessions was trying to understand more about the regional member of the board. So as you know, the board is made up of 5 regional members. And I'm not sure that we solved anything in that session, but we certainly had a very good discussion, and we're all going away with homework to do to sort of really map out what do each of the board members do, what's expected of them, who's expecting it of them. And that's really to try and give us a good understanding for future boards, to be able to say to them, well, if you're interested in being a member of this board from one of the regions, here's what's expected. Here's what we think you need to think about before you decide to do it. And the same with the vice president and the president. So that's part of our evolving board development, but it also very much feeding into creating the best version of this board for WCPT and its member organisations. So one of the key challenges, of course, that you have when we're doing these videos is that I could talk forever about what we've done in the 2.5 days at the board, and that would be difficult to edit and curate and put out in a video. And we recognise that for some people the video is going to be perfect. For some people who use a lot of social media, they're going to be following it anyway. But for others, and particularly member organisations and perhaps staff in member organisations, presidents and chairs who are very busy, we want to give them perhaps a little more detail. They might want a little bit more about the nuts and bolts of what the board has discussed and discovered and acted on. So we have decided to use a concept we're calling the board narrative. And that's to send out immediately after the board meeting an agreed description of what happened at the board meeting, because of course, you know, you have your minutes and they serve one purpose and they don't get approved until the next board meeting, and there might be a period of time between the two. But this is the board narrative. It's 2 pages, and that will be going out to member organisations and regional chairs and subgroups and networks during the week. We will be uploading it onto the website because we feel really for someone who might be interested in it, let's put it out there. And it is short, it's only 2 pages, and it gives you a flavour for the types of things that this board considers and, you know, how we respond to them. So we're hoping that people will enjoy it. And as I say, it's going out this week, and we'll use various ways to disseminate it. So as I've said in these videos before, we are a board that really, really believes in, and a staff and an organisation that believes in communication, engagement, listening, hearing, getting feedback, but also telling people what we're doing so that people know what we're doing, that the global physiotherapy community knows what we're doing, that our member organisations know what we're doing. And this is just another step in the evolution of our communications.